That is where we start this hour with some of our favorite reporters and friends. Joining us is Axios political reporter and MSNBC contributor Alexi McCammond, political director for Republican Voters Against Trump, and the former communications director for Jeb Bush's 2016 run. Tim Miller's here, and the New York Times' Nick Confessori is here. Nick, since we started with the Times reporting on that poll, I want to come at this with what this says about what Trump understands about his own political position. And Trump allies have said to me that he has this like primal sense for his own survival, that in a nuclear blast he'd be like that thing that lived. And that seems to be directing this really explicit public drumbeat day after day after day after day to fabricate phony ballots. There's no evidence there are any phony ballots out there, and to sow distrust over the result of an election that hasn't happened yet. Are we paying enough attention to this sort of bombshell that Trump knows he's going to lose?
Well, look, he's making these claims because he is politically weak, Nicole. Right? It's not because he's strong. It's because he's losing. It's because he's down in a state that he won by 9 points, Iowa. It's because he's close in Georgia and Texas. And so he must fill the vacuum. He has to explain why he is losing after spending $1 billion, right? And so what he turns to, what he has always turned to in his career, is sowing doubts about his opponents. It could be Barack Obama and the birthers. It could be the voting fraud. He has always taken this tack to cast doubt, to throw mud, to say that the whole process is corrupt, so that he doesn't have to be responsible for how it ends. It's a twofer for him. It's a flex he has always used in his career.
Can I follow up with you then, Nick Confessori? What do we do? I mean, Bob Woodward made the point in the last hour that some of this hand-wringing about the obliteration of norms is misplaced because Donald Trump ran as the destroyer of all norms. But this isn't a norm. I mean, this is dictated in the Constitution. This is a transfer of power. Is there some imperative on those of us who cover it to differentiate between simply being a jerk, calling Ruth Bader Ginsburg's granddaughter a liar is the obliteration of decorum, but saying you won't leave if you lose is unconstitutional?
Right. This is far more than just him being rude. This whole idea of him breaking norms always has baked in a sense that the norms are somehow bad. But this norm is actually the law. And it is the most cherished thing about American democracy, the thing that has made us an example, really, around the world. We are one of the only countries with this long tradition of peaceful transfers of power, where the losers leave gracefully and know that they will have a chance in a few years to take power again with the will of the people. So this latest statement, this latest thing he's saying and sowing doubt about is perhaps the most grave threat he has ever made against what we call norms.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.